confines of a 15-foot-high steel cage.
Yeah,
Devon
make sure
Storm.
that cage is locked. Close that cage. Lock it. Lock these two animals in here. What is Sabu always pointing at?
Fans on their feet here. Cage match. Now, here are the rules for this. Pay close attention, folks. It's not about getting out of the cage. It's about using the cage. However you can get a pinfall, whether it's in the ring, whether it's outside the ring, whether it's out in the parking lot, a pinfall is all it matters. 1, 2, 3, and that's it. That's the only way we can declare a winner. That cage is used more than anything else. As Devon Storm and Sabu tie up for what is going to be a crazy match. A car accident, if you will, Disco.
Hopefully. I mean, I can only hope and wish.
Well, the cage certainly is used as a weapon, I'm sure, and will be, as both these men.
Oh, good German suplex right off the bat by Devon Storm.
Yet to come tonight, that World Heavyweight title match. We've got an evening gown match as well.
Oh, I love those matches.
But Devon Storm and Sabu, the rematch taking place inside the cage here for the World Wrestling All-Stars. Last month at the Revolution, these two were absolutely phenomenal. Threw everything they had at each other. A complete physical contest. Tonight,
springboard DDT
by Sabu. And all the referee can do is count to 3. 1, 2. Not enough to pin Devon Storm. Devon and Sabu have wrestled on a few of the shows here that we've taken throughout the world for the World Wrestling All-Stars. In fact, had an incredible match in Sydney last Sunday. But everything changes when you put up a 15-foot-high steel cage around the ring, Disco.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, they can climb on top of the steel cage. They can. But what I like is when they take their face and they rake it across the steel cage and they start bleeding and start bleeding profusely.
That's what
bleeding profusely.
Devon Storm now, the victim.
Oh, great springboard.
Of a springboard, and again, Sabu to that second rope. Sabu is such an innovative wrestler. Was really one of the first.
What does genocidal mean?
I'll give you a dictionary later.
He wants to kill everybody. A genocidal maniac wants to kill everybody, doesn't he?
What is this?
Oh, beautiful move by Devon Storm. I liked it. He could have broken his back. Maybe, but I can only hope and dream.
Devon Storm now to the other end. Oh, that steel cage. And Sabu now draped over the second rope. Falls down. And Devon Storm, leave it to Devon to come up with a new way to use that cage as a weapon. Right into the back, and certainly that's got to fatigue Sabu. That's got to set in some serious pain.
Well, Devon Storm, I understand, to prepare for this match, went down to the zoo and studied how animals live in cages down at the zoo. Did you hear anything about that?
What is this? Oh! Did you see that? Face first. A drop kick to the back sends Sabu right into that steel cage. And it gives Devon an opportunity to make a cover. 1, 2.
Well, I got to admit, and Sabu's bleeding profusely.
Well,
Sabu, look at this. He's bleeding profusely.
The steel cage can be used as a weapon, and so often is.
See, Devon Storm's making a mistake here. He should go for the open wound right now. You have a bleeding, wounded animal. Go for the kill.
Here's the thing about Sabu, though. Before, blood does not affect him. Devon Storm on the top rope. The sight of your own blood. Normally a psychological. There's a big frog splash. The sight of your own blood. Often a psychological, too, puts you at a huge psychological disadvantage. We've talked about that before.
And Sabu bleeding profusely.
But I have a feeling he almost enjoys it.
Well, why would he enjoy that? I think he would enjoy it. The other guy was bleeding more than him bleeding.
Well, for both of these men to compete the way they do, it's not really about, it's more psychological than anything. The pain threshold both these two have endured since competing against one another is absolutely unbelievable. Devon Storm catches Sabu.
Oh, Frankensteiner off the top rope.
And a great recovery. Oh, face full of blood there from Sabu. 1, 2.
To me, that makes it worth the price of admission.
Sabu.
He's back. He's bleeding all over the place. Oh, wow.
One open wound after another. His back is tore open. And that was from hitting his back up against that steel cage earlier. Devon Storm thrown into the cage. And there is a lot of blood in the ring right now. Sabu sinks in a chin lock.
Oh, what's he doing?
Puts a chin lock in now.
He's got an object.
Devon's.
Oh, look at that.
Oh.
He's stabbing him. my God!
That is absolutely disgusting. Please do not get a close-up.
Oh! He learned this from his uncle, the Sheik. The original Sheik taught him this.
Devin Storm, can you believe that Sabu has resorted to that? Completely illegal and absolutely disgusting.
What is the referee doing?
Takes the initiative there. That's how crazy Sabu is. Absolutely no regard for his opponent or himself, for that matter. He knows one thing, and that's survival. We've talked about the pain threshold before. Both these individuals have incredible pain thresholds and very, very little disregard or very regard for their own well-being.
He obviously has no regard for Devin Storm because he took a steel pipe and jabbed him in the head with it repeatedly. Tried to stab him to death.
What do we have here? From the top rope, Northern Lights suplex by Devin Storm. A heads-up maneuver, and Sabu reeling in pain. Here comes a steel chair. Devin Storm asked for a steel chair.
Yeah, the guy just gave it to him.
And there it is. Just wildly flailing that steel chair in Sabu's direction. Shot to the midsection. What is this? Into the corner. Devin Storm now. Into the corner again. Goes Sabu. His back put up against that steel chair.
What a clever use of a chair by Devin Storm.
No! Northern Light suplex onto the chair. 2. And Sabu somehow kicks out. Both men bleeding profusely.
Look at the chair. Profusely bleeding, both of these guys.
Devin Storm sets that chair now in the corner. I can only describe this as a car wreck. You hate to turn away, but you can't help it.
I love it. What are they going to do now?
Into the corner now. Here comes Devin Storm. Here comes Sabu. Blocks it. Sabu with a right hand. And again, Sabu with a third. Right hand to the face of Devin Storm. And the blood is on Devin Storm and Sabu. Here's a roll-up. Here's a cover. 1, 2. And face first into the chair goes Devin Storm.
Great counter by Sabu. Very clever maneuver.
Here's a cover. 1, 2. And not enough to pin Devin Storm. We've seen Devin Storm before on WWA pay-per-views. We saw him destroy Norman Smiley. We saw him take Sabu to the limit. And actually defeated Sabu at the Revolution pay-per-view. While Devin Storm may have won the battle, Sabu has won the war and looks to be finishing that war here tonight against Devin Storm inside the steel cage for the World Wrestling All-Stars. This is what it's all about, folks. This is the eruption. And Sabu and Devin Storm. Sabu now into the ropes, rather. Table, or rather a chair. And now I'm going to mention the table.
Jeremy, this is a hard match to call. These guys are, I mean, I've never seen nothing like this before. Some of the stuff they're doing in there.
2. I mentioned it earlier, Sabu is really the inventor, the man who brought a table into the ring first. He was the very first one to do it, and certainly...
so it's his fault.
Since then, people have made virtual careers out of it. Arabian Facebuster to Devin Storm.
He's actually made a lot of money for a lot of table companies, I imagine, too.
It's Sabu now. Can you believe it, the fatigue that is set in, and Sabu is going for a move like this to the top of the cage? No! Moonsault from the top of the cage!
I don't believe it! He can have a broken leg or broken ribs?
The Federal Communications Commission will not allow me to repeat what the crowd is saying, but I certainly second it.
Wow.
Sabu climbs in how quickly he climbed to the top of that cage.
Like an animal, and you put an animal inside of a cage, and look at what you got. 2 animals going at it, just bleeding profusely.
Devin Storm now has him up. Has Sabu up.
Death Valley driver on the steel chair.
And while Devin Storm may have the advantage here, 1, 2. It's going to take more than that. I can't believe I'm saying this, but it's going to take more than that to beat Sabu.
Well, should hook the leg if he's going to try to pin him.
Devin Storm now climbing to the top rope. Devin Storm now climbing to the top of the cage.
Climbing out.
Climbing out of the cage now. This is not a victory. It's got to be a pinfall, which is awfully strange of Devin Storm to climb out of a steel cage. But apparently, well, I guess I stand corrected. The game is being implemented.
What is he doing? He's doing like interior decorating a ringside now.
The cage has been locked, but Devin Storm has gotten the key and is opening in cage now. Has just been drop kicked in the face by Sabu.
Yeah, he went outside to do some interior decorating at ringside. He gave Sabu time to recover. Stupid move. Stupid move.
Oh! Hurling himself over the top rope to the floor through the cage door. The innovation never ceases to amaze me.
What's he looking for now?
Devin Storm on the floor. You see
him in pain. Look at the look on Storm. He's scared to death. Oh, no. Tables.
Sabu has a table set up now. And during that time is given Devin Storm the chance to recover slightly. Right hand coming up, measures him, and again, 3 right hands by Devin Storm.
Ooh.
And Sabu meets him with a right hand of his own. Sabu now takes Devin Storm, trying to whip him into the cage, but blocked by Devin Storm. What is this?
Oh.
Right across the protective barrier at ringside.
He can break a rib.
Absolutely unbelievable.
It's incredible the amount of punishment these guys take. It's absolutely unbelievable.
Devin Storm now setting Sabu up. That protective barrier at ringside draped across the chairs, or rather the stairs. What is this? High vertical suplex. Oh!
Good God.
And the crowd in Melbourne on their feet for Sabu and Devin Storm for the World Wrestling All-Stars eruption. And look at Devin Storm now. Going for another table. Sabu is actually tied up in that protective barrier at ringside.
Is he stuck? What's he doing? Devin Storm is climbing under the ring and is he doing, looking for rats?
What is he doing? Devin Storm now deep, deep under the ring.
Another table. We have 3 tables at ringside now.
I don't know what Devin Storm has in store for Sabu or what he's trying to do here. But if history is any indication, when it's pay-per-view, when it's Devin Storm, and when it's with the World Wrestling All-Stars, anything can and will happen.
Oh. Incredible punishment. Jeremy, you will never, ever see me wrestle in a match like this. And I'm tough. Legitimately tough.
You think so?
Yes.
It's Sabu and Devin Storm now. Devin Storm is doing something at ringside while Sabu is getting a little time to recover.
I mean, I don't even think you can truly comprehend the amount of pain that these guys go through out there.
Devin Storm now setting up